Amakhosi, Kaizer Chiefs, Amakhosi, Amahle, the beautiful ones, etc., etc. Welcome, Amakhosi Network. Welcome to the channel, guys. Today we have some things to get off. I have things to get off my chest. Funneling board. I must burp in English. But yeah, so guys, I need to say some things. And I also had some analysis I did of the Kaizer Chiefs game with Sundowns, and it's very scary. Once you'll see some of the talking points I'll talk about. And a lot of you will start picking up something I'm starting to pick up with Matt, because I never often realized it. But Matt, actually, Yusuf Matt tends to, when we go on attack, he runs backwards. He doesn't support the play. He runs back to the defenders. And I'm like, so it seems like the players have this negative thing. They're always thinking to defend. So I think it's a training thing that is going to ruin us. But yeah, before I get to that, Amakhosi, guys, let's get this thing off the table once and for all. There are some of you in the comments who are saying you're basically saying we don't have a right as Chiefs fans and Chiefs supporters to be attacking the management. You say we don't have a right to be questioning the management. You're basically telling us you are supporters, just support, whether they win or lose, support. Don't say it's management, what. And to those people, I'll say this very clearly, and I want you guys to hear me loud and clear. And I say, whoever says that, you are the problem. You are the real problem. Why do I say that? Because, Tina, we love Kaizer Chiefs, guys. We love Kaizer Chiefs. And because we love Kaizer Chiefs, it means we will have opinions. This is the age of social media. When fans had opinions back in the days, they used to have the community, the fan networks, where they would able to voice their opinions to the branches, etc. But those things are not as effective now. There were people fans could talk to say their unhappiness, and obviously what it would then lead to is obviously fans jumping on the field and stuff, which we don't want things to get there. But I'm saying this, guys, whoever thinks that we as Kaizer Chiefs fans and supporters are not shareholders or not management of the team, then you are very wrong. Because I'm going to tell you this, guys. Kaizer Chiefs is nothing without its supporters. Kaizer Chiefs, let me say it again, because some of you you haven't heard me properly. Amakhosi, Kaizer Chiefs is nothing without each and every supporter who goes out to the stadiums, who supports on social media, who buys the kids, Kaizer Chiefs is nothing. The reason why Kaizer Chiefs is considered one of the biggest teams in Africa isn't because Kaizer Motaung, we love and respect to Kaizer Motaung and everything he does. But no, the reason Kaizer Chiefs is the big team in Africa and to the world is because of the support of the fans. We, the supporters, make Chiefs a big team. Us. I know if you say I'm lying, then I'll tell you this. Sundowns has been the most dominant team over the past 10 years. But still, people fail to consider them a big team because they don't have the support. Let me tell you, a lot of, let me say, 60 to 70, maybe even 80% of Sundowns supporters are basically Pirates and Chiefs supporters that have decided, Guti, they don't like the way Chiefs and Pirates is going forward, and maybe even Jomo Cosmos and Swallows. So they have decided to support a winning team because that is what a human being does. We as human beings, whether we like it or not, we as human beings like supporting a winner. That is finish and clap. So to those guys who will say this, I'm going to tell you this. The biggest shareholder at Kaizer Chiefs is not Kaizer Motaung. It's not the Bobby Motaung. It's not Kaizer Motaung Jr. It's not Jessica. The biggest shareholders of Kaizer Chiefs is us, the Kaizer Chiefs supporters and fans. We can make or break Kaizer Chiefs. And I want you guys to understand that. If we decide to not buy the kit, if we decide to not attend in the stadium, if we decide to take our support and give it to Pirates or give it to Sundowns or give it to a new team, Abosikukuna, whatever, if we decide that, Kaizer Chiefs will only be a name. It will fall. Because what will happen? Because of us supporters that push these teams, we are the ones that create a market for that team. Meaning that Chiefs is one of the best teams to sell kits. It's because of us fans. We are the ones who buy the kits. Who's gonna buy the kit if it's not supporters? So I want you guys to understand that. So when we have a right to also have an opinion or to be unhappy when the management is hiring the wrong people in our thing. Let me make it simple, guys. Where's Farouk Khan? And we said we're going back to our roots. Mulifensiki is no longer head of development, whatever, etc. Why don't we put Farouk Khan there? Was he not the one who created Abo Jabupule, Junior Kanye, all of those players? Was he not the one? Farouk Khan is the Masangwai, the player who is showing so much talent now at Pirates, is from Farouk Khan's academy. Yeah? Luther Singh, Farouk Khan's academy. These are the players who Farouk Khan creates. But imagine if Farouk Khan can create this within Kaizer Chiefs. Because Farouk Khan knows how to scout players. So that's why we're saying fix, and put your pride aside. I do not know what issues you and Farouk Khan have had in the past, but now it's about fixing the brand. And obviously, head coach is the biggest one. We have an issue. Head coach is simple. The last coach that was the best Kaizer Chiefs coach was Ted Dimitri. Ted was the best Kaizer Chiefs coach. And a lot of the new fans of Kaizer Chiefs today will not know Ted. They will only know Mbesumas, etc., because you can't not know about Mbesum. But Ted is the one that understood South African football and made us even stronger. But then because management decided there's no one who is bigger than the team, they allowed Ted to go to Sundowns. And now look at what Sundowns is today. It all started with Sundowns taking Ted. But yeah, that's what I wanted to say to the fans who are saying we as supporters should not complain, etc. And I'll say this, we are not supporting. If this Kaizer Chiefs team is our team, we have a right to have our opinion about the team. Look, at the end of the day, management may not listen to us. It's fine. It's right, it's fine. But it doesn't mean ukuthi angeke sikhulume. Sizokhuluma thina. Siyafuna. And they don't tell us not to khulum. We are going to khulum because khulum is what we can do. So khulum. Okay, guys. Now that I've got that out of the way, I feel like I have released now. I've released my attention of people saying we should not complain about management. We must complain. It's our team, not how. So the Sundowns and Chiefs analysis. I have about 8 pictures that I want to break down, and I'm gonna try break them down as quick as possible. First one is this one here that you can see. I wanted to highlight one thing here. The one thing I wanted to highlight is that basically Uteboho Mokoena is doing professional fouls on our players, tactical fouls. The moment we show that we're getting deep into Sundowns area, he fouls you. But how Teboho Mokoena fouls you is that he doesn't slide tackle you. He shoulder to shoulders you, and in the ref's book, that foul is not really a hectic foul. And that's what he does here to Castillo. So Castillo gets fouled here in this situation. But one thing I also wanted to show you, you'll see these arrows that are put for each player here. For Umodim, Tanzane, and I believe it's Upotsane. These guys are focused on the ball. They are not thinking. These guys are so defensive. They are not thinking about movement. They're watching Castillo move. They are not creating space. And you see, that is the issue with Chiefs. They don't practice movement. Right now, Castillo is making the runs. They are all jogging. They're not making an option for Castillo to do something. Yes, he got fouled, but it already tells you of mentality. And another thing I wanted to highlight, as you can see the arrow I'm showing you, Yusuf Mat is already walking backwards. Meaning that Yusuf Mat is already going to defend. Meaning that if Yusuf Mat is already going to defend, he's saying that, yeah, nah, because at this point I'm saying, Yusuf Mat, stay where you are. There's no use dropping back because a lot of the attackers are on this side or on the Sundowns defense side. But Yusuf is already going to defend. And you see, for me, that is, it is oftentimes I view it as a problem. Yes, Castillo is going up, but don't drop to a point where we lose your sight of you in the middle. The next picture. Next picture is we got a free kick from that Castillo incident, but instead of us hitting it directly to Paul, we decided to do a short corner. But that short corner ended up in Chiefs kicking the ball out. It didn't even end up by Ronan Williams. And I'll say this, Kaizer Chiefs, when you're going to play Sundowns, if you get free kicks or whatever, kick it towards goal. Kick it towards goal and practice free kicks. Because in this instance, what if one of our players, we have tall players, what if one of our players got a header and it went in and it was a goal? Starting the game, we put Sundowns under pressure, which at the same time, you know, sometimes when Chiefs goes only, they want to drop and go stand by the box with Peterson. So I don't know. But yeah, that is one thing. We need to utilize our free kicks and corners. You know, I don't even remember if we had corners in this game. But yeah. Next picture. In this picture, the reason why I highlighted, I circled Dupree, Mdantsane, Modi, and Upotsane. The reason why I highlighted it is because look at how deep they are, guys. There's another picture why I'm going to highlight this to you again. These are our attacking players. These guys are so deep, that because we play a football of running and we play a football of speed, these guys are going to have to run from where they are, which is basically by our box, and run straight to Sundowns' box. This is why the players are tired. Look at what time it is. If these guys get the ball, the first thing they're going to think of is kick forward. And about Dupree are going to get tired because Dupree is not even by halfway line. As you can see, Dupree is basically standing with Teboho Mokoena right there. And when he gets the ball, he's going to want to outsprint all of the Sundowns players. It's not possible. It's not possible. That's why we need a way to control the midfield and control the ball. Because this thing of running, it's not going to work all the time. Yeah, so that's one thing I highlighted there. This one here. In this one here, another thing I wanted to highlight. I circled the ball is being passed to Potsane. Potsane is about to trap. But as you can see, Umvala, or is this Botili? Botili, that guy, that Algerian guy, is about to foul Potsane because that's how Sundowns marks. Sundowns will press you. And in this game, I wanted to show you in this moment, I wanted to show you one thing. I highlighted Mdantsane in red to show you good. Mdantsane is standing. He is not making an option. He is just standing there and watching the game happen. And I'm saying, I feel like they're standing like this because they are more worried about defense. But in this moment, Mdantsane is meant to be making a run to pull defenders and midfielders away from the congestion that we have. Mdantsane is meant to be running behind, pulling Mokoena away. But because Mdantsane is standing, it gives Allende, who you can see there running from the bottom of the screen, it gives Allende a chance to come block the space. It gives Mokoena to come block the space. And when they do that, it means Matt is going to be almost out the game. And it means that Mdantsane is going to be out the game because Mdantsane is not moving. Mdantsane needs to move off the ball and he's not moving. I've seen that he's one of the biggest problems. Next one, this is what I highlighted. Another situation again. Look at how far back our players are. When they get the ball, I put circles there around it to show you good. When they get the ball, these guys are going to have to sprint the whole field. Whole field. I'm 100 meter, the whole 90 minute, 100 meter to get to a chance to beat Sundowns. And on top of that, the only player who is fast here in Sundowns defenders is Umudao. But you wouldn't even tell because in the game, Chiefs barely went out against the Sundowns. Barely. Okay, in this situation, Dupree, this situation happened in two moments. The first moment is that Dupree lost the ball. Dupree lost the ball. The second moment is that Mdantsane lost the ball after Dupree lost the ball. But I'll show you what that Mdantsane clip as the last picture because I want to highlight to you, Guti. I figured out, Guti, the biggest problem for Chiefs attack in that game was Mdantsane. Mdantsane was not offering anything in defense and he was not offering anything in attack. And a lot of the times our players were trying to start moves through Mdantsane, but Mdantsane was ineffective as a number 10, and that is a problem. But basically here, I'm just highlighting that Dupree could have passed the ball to Matt, to Hlanti, or to Modi, but he failed to do that. So the opportunity was gone. But another thing I'm highlighting is this thing of Mdantsane standing is blocking space. Because you can see here, he's standing next to Dupree. He's not making a plan. He's just standing. Mdantsane is, I'm highlighting as he was a problem in this game. He was a problem. In this moment here, you can see Dupree has the ball, so you won't see it properly because obviously you'll see it in the more in a video. But in this moment, Umvala actually gets the ball from Dupree. And what I was saying in this moment is that Dupree must not always try to be a hero. In this moment, he is faster than Umvala. He needs to make a plan to run up the field, to create space for himself, and Upotsani, who is running deep, must run down to support Dupree, and Umodi must keep running straight, because if Dupree passes Upotsani, Umodi must keep running, and then there's a through pass there that can happen, because as you can see, the player on the left is not really paying attention to Umodi. So you see, there are smaller Nyana pockets that Chiefs is not utilizing in this game. And it's not like Sundowns is dominant. It's just that we don't use the ball properly. And I feel like I can't wait for the Sundowns versus Pirates game, because I feel like Pirates will most likely show us how to use the ball against Sundowns more effectively in attack. So this is another thing. This is the one position I mentioned, that Mdantsane here got past the ball, and instead of passing to Matt, instead of passing Castillo, instead of passing Uhlanti, Mdantsane went and passed the Sundowns player. As you can see, the red line is drawing to the Sundowns player. Mdantsane passed the ball over Matt and it went to the Sundowns player. In this moment, you won't see it, but it's the moment where Ureviro took a shot from outside the pole and Peterson had a save. But what I'm highlighting here is that Mdantsane is the key piece to our attack, but he's not functioning, which destroys our attack. Because if he gets the ball in a favorable position, you can already see Dupree, Modi, Potsane are ready to go and attack Sundowns. And Sundowns players are actually preparing for that. But if Mdantsane is not figuring out or turning, which is one thing I miss about Nkosi Ngcobo, when it comes to turning, one of the best. He knows how to turn and make the forward pass. It's just that it's unfortunate that he's not been informed. So yeah, guys, those are a few pictures I wanted to show you about the Sundowns game. Let me know what you think about the game. Amakhosi for life. Subscribe.